Hello everyone, what is going on? My name is Daniel. I'm also known as Spunky in the GH community. Today I'm launching my very first collaboration project for a new song on Clone Hero. This is something that I've never attempted before, so I hope everything works well. Think of this project as something like what Supernovae is. That's exactly what I'm going for. So obviously Supernovae inspired me to create this project, but basically I'll leave a few samples in a Google Drive folder, and all I need from you music producers is to create a solo for that sample. So as usual, it doesn't have to be a digital solo. Real instrument solos are also welcome. This time I'm looking to expand a bit on who can participate, which is why I'm opening this collab for people who don't produce music. That's right. If you're not familiar with how to create a solo for Clone Hero, just simply use the sample chart that I provide with each sample and chart your solo. I will personally create the sound for your solo and fit into the music. Everybody's welcome. Of course, all I ask for you is to do your best job at creating your solo or your chart so the end result can be good as well. Also, I'm having a hard time naming this song, so if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. I want it to be space themed, no surprises there. I want it to give a sense of a community thing. So I don't know, that's what's on my mind right now, and if you have a better idea, please feel free to suggest it below. So I'm providing one main sample, which is the main theme and chord progression of the song. That's the main sample that I want you to use to create your solo and chart. It's a simple 4/4 160 BPM sample in C# natural minor, or A Lydian, I think. And the chords are C# minor 7, C# 9 sus4, A major 9, and C# 7 sus2. So your main available notes will be C#, D#, E, F#, G#, A, and B. Of course, you can use whatever you want if you're able to create something that matches the atmosphere of the song. If you wanted some guidelines, those are the notes that will work best with the chord progression. For the chart, I am providing a sample chart that contains the BPM, a section marking the beginning, and another one marking the end, and a 5-note chord also marking the beginning and the end of your sample. So you know the main boundaries. All I ask is for a good chart that is possible to be FC'd. I don't want this to become an FCable song. Although with Solus 6 dead, it's hard to decide on what is possible. Congratulations, by the way, Jared, you're insane. So if you're not able to create your own solo and still want to participate, all you have to do is to select the main sample and use the sample chart to create your own solo. I will produce the sound for your solo. This way, more people can participate on the project. I provided 3 different samples for the main chord progression, and the only difference between them is the drum beat. One is in halftime, another one in normal time, and finally one in double time. It's just meant to help you decide what mood your solo will have. Feel free to use any of the 3. However, you notice there are actually 12 other chord progressions available as samples. These are all chord progressions that I created for the song. So if you're feeling a little more creative, you can use other samples as well. It's going to be harder for me to fit in, but I'll make it work. All of the samples are in 160 BPM, and each one also has the halftime, normal time, and double time options. I also left the information on chord progression and the main scale that I use, so you can use it. If you want to provide a longer solo than what is allowed in one sample, you need to create something very good, as each 8-bar sample is already 23 seconds long. So if everyone creates a solo that's twice the time, the song will be too large or some people will be left out. So only combine 2 samples if you have an amazing idea that you think can't work without 2 samples, and then you can mix any 2 different samples if you make it work well. Particularly the 2 samples with the transition are quite tricky, so try to stay out of them unless you're really experienced. But in any case, I would recommend using the main sample in C# natural minor, as it would fit better with the rest of the song. And if you're only charting, please only use one basic sample. I will create a spreadsheet on Google Docs so you can put a link for a Google Drive folder with your submission. There are mainly 5 things that I want the music producer to send me on a folder on Google Drive. Your isolated solo could be MP3, OGG, or WAV format, fully produced the way you want it to sound. Your solo combined with the sample you used could be MP3, OGG, or WAV format, keeping the chord and scale information in the title so I can understand the vibe that you are going for. your charted solo, a chart that I can open on Moonscraper, your name or gamer tag that you want credited on your solo section, so you can use that on your folder's name, for example, Spunky Solo. And finally, a means for me to contact you if I have any questions or recommendations. So important, do not send any sensitive information if you're uploading to the spreadsheet. You can use a text file within your folder to let me know your Twitter, your Instagram, or any other public social media information that I can use to reach out to you. For the charters, I need you to send me a folder on Google Drive with your chart with the appropriate boundaries, so a chart that I can open on Moonscraper, the sample that you used to create the chart, MP3, OGG, or WAV format, keeping the chord scale information in the title so I can understand the vibe that you are going for with the solo, and finally your name or gamer tag that you want credited on your section, so you can use it on your folder's name. Also a means of me to contact you if I have any questions, just like before. Important, do not zip the files, just upload the entire folder instead to Google Drive. And if you are a producer using 2 samples, please disclose that information on your folder, as well as the appropriate information on which samples you use, so I can work with that. So I must remind you that by uploading these assets and sending me these assets on Google Drive, you are authorizing me to use these assets and creations in the song. I will appropriately credit you in the section name and in the description of the release video. By the way, if you want me to include your YouTube channel link or any other social media link, please let me know in a text file in your folder. Ultimately, just know that you're fully authorizing me to use your assets in the song. I'll leave a Google spreadsheet link down below so you can link your Google Drive folder with your submission there. If you want it to be done privately, you can reach out to me on Twitter or Instagram at DanielWolf. Please let me know who you are and where you came from so I won't dismiss your message. And as for the platform, please only send submissions through Google Drive in a folder. Again, don't zip it. If you're able to reach out to me on Discord through any mutual servers we may have, you can send it to me there as well. Currently, there is no real deadline. I plan to leave the submissions open for the next 3 months, but that can change as well. I'll post another video announcing the deadline 1 week before it happens, so you have enough time to participate. After you send the files, just wait. It will take some time for me to put everything together, and maybe I'll contact you if I have any questions or recommendations about your submission. But after you send the files, you don't have to do anything else. Just wait for me to contact you or wait for the song release. If you send a bad chart or a bad solo, I will first attempt to contact you to discuss what I think could be improved and work it out with you. If I'm unable to reach you or I don't get a reply in a reasonable time, I will reserve myself the right to deny your submission. So when that happens, I will try to contact you, informing you of that decision and asking you to delete your Google Drive folder with the submission. When that happens, I will not be using any of your assets in the song and you have full ownership of your creation again. Once you submit your assets and you change your mind and you want to give up, if that happens when I'm already putting the solos together, I will do my best to remove your submission and make it work. But if your solo was really good and became a vital part of the song, I will continue to use it and I will obviously credit you appropriately. I think I am a nice guy, so I will try to fulfill your wish of giving up on participation, but be aware that once you submit your solo, you're authorizing me to use it on the song. Think carefully if you really want to participate. Now, the rest of the video will be all the samples in order, so you won't have to preview each one on Google Drive, and you'll be able to simply click the timestamps below on the comments to find your favorite sample. So with that, I'll end the explanation of the project, and I'm looking forward to your submissions. Thank you very much, stay safe, and enjoy the samples.